we're running short on time. Sure. I have so much more to ask you.
You got us going, Jody.
I know. I got you going, we can't
AFC is who helped us stand up these safe parking programs. We use their model. This is the first time the city has invested in safe parking programs. AFC has done that on their own until now. So I just wanted to clarify that.
I just want to ask you a couple questions about some of the reporting that Lookout has been doing recently. So I'm going to squish two questions into one. Sorry about that. You're going to have to figure that out. But I did an interview recently with Crystal Ross, who is in jail, who spent 6 of the past 10 years in our jail. And she described it as one of the worst experience of her life. She described terrible conditions, over and under medicated mental health patients, women who are not able to see, mothers who are not able to see their children, etc. As supervisor, what changes would you look to make in the jail? Would you support reopening the Blaine Street Women's Facility, which offers more services and outreach than the main jail and allows in-person visits from family? And then the second part, which is completely unrelated, but I'm squishing together, is Lookout also did some really important work on looking at reporting that ongoing pesticides are being dropped in Watsonville adjacent to schools. Driscoll's is dropping pesticide adjacent to the schools, and as a supervisor, what are you going to do about that? Is there a role in public health for the supervisors? It's two small questions, just figure it out. I don't know. Is it your turn to start? I think it is, right? I think it's Justin's first.
Okay, so one of the topics that's come up in many of the different forums has been, whether or not we support the establishment of a sheriff's oversight board. That is something that I am supportive of. And I think that we need to work together to create that board. But one of the things that we've seen, the city of Santa Cruz has an independent auditor for its police department. And what I see as effective with that is that it allows us to point out where are the problems and the deficiencies within our police department, what are we doing good, and that allows us to be able to target resources to the problematic areas and make improvements. And it also goes to show that as each year is going by, are we making improvements on those problems or not? And I believe that a Sheriff's Oversight Board could have the same approach and be as effective, because we do know that there have been recent deaths in the jail. We've heard about what Jody just said about those problems. And when it comes to deaths and abuses in the jail, that costs us money, because we get sued for negligence, and that's millions of dollars that could have gone to helping people's lives that then goes to those people's families because we didn't care for the people who we have incarcerated in our jails. And I believe we can do better. I am supportive of reopening Blaine Street Women's Shelter, or the jail as well. And when it comes to pesticides, I'll say that I bring with myself some knowledge about new technologies. I currently have been working on a drone program up at UCSC, Drones for Good. And one of the things that comes with that is that there's new pushes for spot application of pesticides. So I don't know how powerful we will be to push against Driscoll and make them stop, but if we can allow for spot application and for non-aerial application of pesticides, so in areas specifically where pesticides need to be applied, that can help with this issue around broad applications of pesticides that then go into our lungs and the lungs of children.
So I had the opportunity to actually work in the jail when I was a master's in social work intern at San Jose State. So I know, and that was a while ago, maybe 20 years ago. So I know of the conditions, and I imagine they've gotten worse. One of the things I've been made aware of by a colleague is that the county contracts with an outside corporate organization that does the mental health care in the jails. And they have recently been sued in another county for negligence. So we really need to look at who the county is contracting with and how they've performed in other communities in our community. So that's the first very concrete step that I have already taken by talking to some of my colleagues and that I would do as a supervisor. I've been engaged with the Women in Justice Task Force that former Supervisor John Leopold put together that really looks at the experience of women and mothers when they're incarcerated. And there's a number of recommendations that have been put forth by that task force. And one of those is to ensure that women have a separate place. So absolutely 100%, that's a priority to make sure that whether Blaine Street or not, that women have a specific place for them. Pesticides, I have worked in South County on increasing policies that impact health and well-being, and I did this through my work around childhood obesity and decreasing childhood obesity. So I have some connections in Watsonville, I have some relationships in Watsonville, including with the ag community, so I would use that to make some change.
Great, thank you so much. All right, well, we're really out of time. I have lots more questions. We are going to do one quick lightning round. I know, out of time. It's crazy. I have like 6 questions I haven't asked yet. We're going to do a quick lightning round and quite a few audience questions that we didn't get to, but we will get to them in our coverage in Lookout. All right, who's up? Who's first? It was Shebreh. I think you're first. Okay, Shebreh, I'm giving you a magic wand, and you get to choose solve one big county issue. What are you solving?
Mental health and youth.
Justin.
Cost of housing.
Okay, Justin, where is the best Santa Cruz dessert spot?
I don't eat sweets.
Oh, come on. All right, best Santa Cruz food place that you go to. Where's your favorite place to stop? Late night Santa Cruz.
West Side Parish.
Okay. Shebreh, you can do dessert or you can
Dessert.
Dessert.
Don't elect him, he doesn't like dessert. Chocolat. Chocolat.
Chocolat. Okay. Okay, campaign trail highlight.
Who's that going to first?
You, I think, right? No, was it Shebreh? Shebreh, your campaign trail highlight.
Knocking on doors and talking to people on their doorsteps, but I'm chuckling because I've seen some funny things.
Tell us one, come on. We're running, no? Okay.
Well, okay, a mother who like literally had kids like hanging all over her, and I could hear the stove in the background, and
Yeah.
there's been some other funny things. I'll tell you later.
Justin, campaign highlight.
Campaign highlight?
Yeah.
The Pride March.
Pride March, okay.
Yeah, we had a really fun group.
All right. Okay, Justin, you get one historical, fictional, or imaginary advisor who's going to come back and help you in your first year. Who is it? Let's help
Maybe,
Get that face on camera. That was great.
I'm just gonna go for it. The old guy from The Sword and the Stone.
Okay. Wait, is that Merlin? Isn't that
Yeah, Merlin, sure. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, I mean,
The
Merlin.
old guy? He's like the most famous wizard of all, the most powerful wizard. I think he's stronger than, like, Gandalf or something. Merlin. Okay.
So who's the female? The heroine?
The female Merlin?
No, in the same.
Oh, the sword and the stone? I don't know. Is there a female? I don't think most of those tales didn't involve women.
No, you know,
It's hard to say.
the sister of King Arthur.
Oh,
Morgaine.
Morgaine, yes.
There you
that's
go.
right.
I'm going with the theme,
You're going
so
with
I'll
her.
bring her back.
All right, woo! All right, great. Well, thank you both so much for this. We have a lot more. Thank you. Sit on the hot seat. Really appreciate you being on the hot seat. So, thank you so much. Secret whispering between candidates. We like that. That's good. Okay, too bad your mics aren't on. Okay, 10-minute break, and we'll be back with Fred Keeley and Joy Schendledecker.
And eat food.
Eat some food, please.
But not dessert.
No dessert.
Justin, I didn't know that about you.